All right, so I am doing a bit of intermittent fasting today, and it's now about 11 a.m. and I am feeling like plantains, fried plantains, maybe some scrambled eggs and bacon. So some people may not know the difference between plantains and bananas, so let's get into it. Plantains and bananas, same fruit family. Bananas tend to be smaller than plantains. Plantains tend to be more starchier of the two. Right now, these are somewhat ripe, not as ripe as a banana. I'm gonna do circle chips, and some people, when they cut it, they cut more of the ripe ones in thin slices or strips. So plantains tend to have a higher water content. Both can be used, correction, bananas can be used more of in your dessert type dishes, while plantains can be used in both sweet and savory, and plantains have more of an earthy tone to it. Now, bananas tend to be sweet, and plantains in their green state are not. Typically, you have to wait for the plantain to turn ripe first to get the sweetness. Some of the things plantains, I've seen plantain flour, I've seen plantain porridge, fufu. And typically with fufu, you would do more of a ripe plantain. That being said, all you need is some vegetable oil. I have never used any olive oil or grapeseed oil or avocado oil to fry mine in. I stick to vegetable oil just for this purpose, and some salt. Now, you don't want to cut it and then put the salt on it before you fry it, because like I said, the moisture content, and you'll have popping in the fry pan. However, you can fry them, and then once they come out of the oil and it's drained, you could sprinkle salt on it. Now, how do you peel a plantain? Simple. Cut off the head, cut off the toe. There's ridges, so you want to score about 1, 2, maybe even 3 of those ridges, like that. Then you're going to take your knife and basically go back and forth a little bit. Open up that score mark. And once you feel it's given way, do the same thing on the other side. Back and forth, back and forth. And typically you could then slide your finger on the wrist, releasing the skin. And of course, with a greener plantain, you might have a little more difficulties. I grew up doing this, so for me it's easy. And voila. So let me get this one done, and I'll bring you back. With this one, I only scored it one time, and as you can see, I'm using the back of my thumbs to work around it, and it comes off. So now let's get this cut up. Now I'm gonna switch to a bigger knife, cut it in half, and I'll try to get as thin as possible. And just go and cut them. All right, so got them all cut up, and this is what 2 large plantain got me. Now, plantains are a good source of potassium and vitamin C. I'm gonna get these prepped, get the oil on this stove, and we'll go from there. All right, so I got the oil in the pan. It should be hot enough. And See, that's bubbling up. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. We'll just use that as our tester. Now, I prefer to use a fry pan with oil rather than my deep fryer. I use my deep fryer strictly for when I do fried fish, so I don't like to mix the two oils. Now, like with potatoes, plantains also can oxidize, so I wouldn't have it sitting too long out in the air. Also, you don't want to obviously soak it in salt water to hinder the oxidation process, because like I said, it has its moisture in it, and that would just defeat the purpose if you're frying it. Alright, so I am done with my plantain chips. This is what we're looking like. Let me try a few for you. Hear that crunch? Now, good serving is about 180 calories, which would be more than a serving of potato chips. So, like with anything, you should use moderation. Sprinkle some salt on this. And get ready to fry me up some eggs and bacon and have breakfast.